will be reduced to 30%. Non-essential down to 20%. That's like libraries and personal care and outdoor operations. Their maximum will be cut down to 50%. So think about the people who are doing operating the gyms outside and zoos, things like that. Also worth noting that here in Los Angeles County, the bed capacity is now at about 75%. And that is really quite large and worth noting. Also worth noting is that just last week, according to the Los Angeles County health officials, 840 healthcare workers were some of those new cases that were reported. And they're like, it doesn't matter if we have beds if we don't have the healthcare workers that are there to tend to the people in these beds. They're saying that there's a double jeopardy here because these workers are dealing with it at work and then also the widespread virus out in the world because the positivity rate in LA County now above 8%. Also worth noting that of hospitalizations, the majority that we are seeing by county is here in Los Angeles County. More than 2,100 people are in the hospital. That's noteworthy because as California is concerned as a whole, we are seeing hospitalizations at a record number above 7,400 people who are in the hospital right now. We also saw 9 counties pulled back in restrictions in the tiered system that we have here in California. So 99% of the people in California are now in the most restrictive tier. Jim.
Wow, remarkable. Stephanie Elam in LA, thanks very much. Well, the president is spinning lies again about voter fraud as more states are moving, despite all that, to certify the results of the election. Those are both Republican and Democrat-led states. Coming up, his latest courtroom losses.
Vice President has become much more critical to the election speech.
You never know when you might be called upon.
The first criteria is, could I envision that person serving as president?
The president in waiting. Premiere Saturday at 9 on CNN.
At Dell Technologies, we started by making the cloud easier to manage. But we didn't stop there. We made a cloud flexible enough to adapt to any size business, no matter what it does or how it changes. And we kept going, so you only pay for what you use. Because at Dell Technologies, we stop at nothing.
Hi folks, Joe Namath here, and if you're on Medicare, this is important. Today is one of the only days of this year you can update your coverage and benefits. Before the deadline, you're entitled to eliminate premiums and copays and get dental care, dentures, eyeglasses, in-home aid, prescription coverage, unlimited transportation, and home delivered meals all at no additional cost. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with a give back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. Look, with the uncertainty of the virus and vaccines, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You can too. Don't miss the deadline. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-516-0600. That's 1-800-516-0600 now.
If you're on Medicare, remember, the annual enrollment period is here. The time to choose your coverage begins October 15th and ends December 7th. So call United Healthcare and take advantage of a wide choice of plans, including an AARP Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. It can combine your hospital and doctor coverage with Part D prescription drug coverage and more, all in one simple plan for a low monthly premium, or in some areas, no plan premium at all. Take advantage of $0 copays on all primary care doctor visits, all virtual visits, and all lab tests. Also get $0 copays for preventive dental care, $0 copays for routine hearing exams, and $0 copays for eye exams, plus free designer frames and prescription lenses. Now's the time to look at United Healthcare's variety of plans, and let us help find the one that works best for you. Ask about PPO plans too. They let you see any doctor who accepts Medicare without a referral, and pay in-network costs, at home or travel, when you see doctors in the United Healthcare Medicare National Network. Take advantage of $0 copays on hundreds of prescription drugs at the pharmacy or by mail. In fact, last year, our Medicare Advantage plan members saved an average of over $7,200. And with Renew Active, enjoy a free gym membership with access to an extensive nationwide network of fitness locations, now including premium gyms. Now more than ever, count on United Healthcare to help you get the care you need when you need it. We can even help schedule appointments or find a specialist. Enrollment ends December 7th. Call United Healthcare or go online today. We'll make it easy to enroll too. It's time to take advantage of all the benefits of the only Medicare Advantage plan with the AARP name.
And now a mini meditation. Inhale serenity. Exhale. Whatever is happening, clear. Now bring your focus back to your customer, Tom. Salesforce Customer 360 helps you focus like a single view of your customer. Like Tom. Who's Tom?
Closed captioning brought to you by Mesobook.com.
We offer a free book on mesothelioma. Call for the free book and receive so much more. Call 1-800-831-3700.
Well, certification of the 2020 election is moving forward. This despite President Trump's continued unfounded claims of fraud. 7 states, including the battleground of Arizona, will certify those results today. This as the president's legal team racked up more losses over the weekend. CNN's John Harwood and Kristen Holmes join me now. So, John, the president just continues to push lies and falsehoods without proof. I wonder, is there anyone in that building behind you who is telling the president to give it up? Or has this become the way he's going to lead this election?
Well, I think, Jim, the people who've been telling him to give it up are the people he has pushed away, and the people who are encouraging these delusions and crazy theories are the ones he continues to listen to because he thinks it's in his interest. Of course, he's creating a cause for future elections, raising money, extracting money from members of his base in the name of the Legal Defense Fund, and also goes to his Political Action Committee. But he has not been able to show fraud because he doesn't have any evidence, as court after court has affirmed. Most recently on Friday, federal appeals court judge appointed by President Trump said asserting election fraud does not make it so. That became the latest in a string of defeats. As you mentioned, 7 states certifying today, including the relatively close battleground state of Arizona that he lost. So the curtain is coming down on this crazy act, but it's not entirely down yet. The Washington Post quoted one close advisor to the president over the weekend is saying that since the election, he's been like Mad King George, muttering, "I won, I won." The question is whether he actually believes this or whether he is lying for constructive purposes for his own future. It's really hard to tell the difference between the two, and of course it's possible if you repeat a lie enough times, maybe you come to believe it, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a lie in the first place, Jim.
No question, and then the data, the court findings continue to affirm it was a lie. Big loss, Kristen, for the president in a string of losses this weekend in Pennsylvania, where the court, and with the Trump appointee writing the decision, dismissed the president's charges out of hand.
That's right, Jim. And we need to note that this is all because of what you said. There's not a shred of proof here, and that's not an opinion. That is what we're hearing from judge after judge, including conservative Republican judges there, who say that if you're going to bring a charge against our electoral process, against our democracy, you better have the evidence to back it up, and they just simply don't. So let's go through some of the losses that we saw over the weekend, the last couple of days. The big one, as you mentioned, Pennsylvania Supreme Court dismissing a lawsuit brought by Republicans, including a Republican congressman, where they were trying to essentially invalidate all of the absentee votes. A unanimous decision by the Supreme Court to dismiss this case, saying this was brought much too late, that these procedures were established a year ago, and I will note that the procedures were established by a Republican legislator. So a big loss there. Now in Wisconsin, that recount that was demanded by the Trump campaign is complete. It shows once again that Biden won, and in fact, actually netted some votes for Biden. And so that brings us to where we stand right now, which is the Trump campaign Republicans altogether more than 30 courtroom losses or withdrawals here. So the big question is, what exactly is next for this legal strategy? Trump has said publicly, as have members of his legal team, if they wanted this to go to the Supreme Court, or if the president thinking this might go in his favor because of the fact that it was a more conservative leaning court at this time. But how would it even get there at this point? You're seeing, once again, judge after judge dismiss these cases, saying there is no evidence for this to move forward at all.
So, John, we're now in this weird world, bizarre world, where the president is going to go to Georgia to help push for Republican candidates in those runoff races, having claimed that Georgia elections were all fraudulent, even though the state is administered, run, Secretary of State, Republicans, governor, and Republicans support the president. How are Republicans threading that needle?
Well, it's a very difficult needle to thread, Jim, and as you suggest, this is an illustration of how President Trump's actions are entirely self-seeking and self-interested, as opposed to being part of the broader purposes of the team or the political party that he is on. In a runoff election, you need to unify your party and turn out the base, and what the president's doing is attacking what he calls the hapless Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia in a tweet today. He's been attacking the Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, who has certified the resulting decline to echo his claims of election fraud. The more disunity you have within the Republican Party, the more difficult it is to get that vote to turn out on January the 5th. Now, Republicans don't feel like they can do anything about it because Trump's got a grip on their base. And if the president more actively tries to submarine these candidates, no question that he could do so. He's going to go there in a few days, so is Vice President Pence. But it's not entirely clear that he's going to help them. The more he is churning up these waters, the more he is putting pressure on those Republican senators to echo these false claims, the more difficult it's going to be for Republicans to hold both those seats and keep Mitch McConnell the majority leader.
Well, so few city national Republican contradicts the lies.
Yeah.
Well, you watch
Yeah.
Governor Raphael Warnock and Senator Kevin
Yes.
Loeffler face off. And
Solbra still has the. He would. Her tape on that one.
And I might just tell you, I'm gonna be a little bit
She's not a fan of all of the types of dishes that I cook. Certainly, she's not a fan of anything. Stick it in the oven.
That's what you watching?
Sort of set it and forget it. But I think I did pretty good. The goat's heads are looking good. This drives a guy like me crazy. A jelly jar like this that's almost out of jelly. Pour some apple cider vinegar into it. It's sort of the perfect salad dressing. It's great marinade. It's actually a great dip. It's what I call my dripping jar.
But there's more to a romantic dinner than just goat heads.
Dryer lint is maybe one of the great untapped resources of our time. I call it cheapskate's helmet. I like to use it to start my fireplace. Nothing like the sizzle of dryer lint. Put in your compost pile. In some parts of the world, they actually weed with dryer lint. I'm really going to roll out the red carpet and press for serve a little wine. We had the box wine. This is a special occasion. I thought I would recant it into a fancy wine bottle. I mean, you see a bottle like this, and then you're thinking, I don't know, $40 a bottle. Nobody knows the difference, really. I think love is in the air when she sees this. Me breaking out the good stuff. I got my dripping sauce here. I'm going to actually use it on the ghost head.
Hey, I'm home.
Hey, baby. How was your day?
Good. What about you?
Good guy.
Smells good for dinner.
No, I just want to be able to celebrate. Okay. So go have a seat, and I'm going to bring out the main dish.
I never know quite what might be on the dinner table when I get home.
After surviving a whole week of Jeff's fiscal fasting, Denise has one more cheapskate dinner to sit through.
Surprise!
What is it?
I got some goat heads. I got a really good price on
Oh.
goat heads. A lot of people think that's disgusting. These are people who have never tried it. They're
It seems like you must be able to do something with the keys.
I'm sure you can. I mean, eventually,
You have a couple missing.
eventually if I need dentures, we know where to turn.
Oh, did you have a fire in that fireplace? The first one of the season.
I just thought, sort of a romantic